Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Sheetal Sundaram and I am a CLTD certified professional. I even have my pin. Okay, CLTD, right? CLTD is certification in logistics, transportation and distribution. This is one of the supply chain management courses that APICS and the ASCM offer. This is for working professionals who like to enhance their skill and get more knowledge on supply chain management. And this course is more on the logistics side. So if you're a person who's looking for a job like a logistics analyst, this is a great certification to add to your resume. And what better time than this pandemic for us to enhance our skills and work towards it. Okay, this video is about what I did to schedule the exam and then what all I did to study and clear the exam. Okay, before we get started, I want you to know a few things. First one's eligibility, fees, material, and the time. Number one, eligibility. Okay, one of three things. For eligibility, you should have either had a bachelor degree, or you should have had 3 years of work experience, or you should have already had one of the APICS certification like the CPCM or the CSCM, one of those. So if you're eligible, the next step is fees. Okay, for the material itself, the APICS cost, the CLTD course cost $1,425, and for the exam alone it costs around. The second thing, fees, right? Fees. Okay, for you to get the whole thing through APICS, like the material and all the website access to the website for the material and everything, it'll cost you around $1,425. I know it's kind of pricey and I have a workaround for it. If you don't want the material through APICS, you can also get these books through thrift books. They are way cheaper, or you can get it from your library. You can request for these books in particular and you can get it from the library, because the exam content manual basically tells you what are the modules that you have to prepare for the exam. So that's a workaround if you don't want to get the materials through APICS. Okay, next, exam fee. Okay, the exam fee is around $525. You should be, this is very easy. All you have to do is go to the APICS website and there's a schedule exam. With that you'll be easily able to pick an exam center near you, and you'll be able to schedule it. Okay, now we're done with eligibility, fees and exam, right? Okay, when to schedule it? For me, as I was working when I took up this course, it took me 12 weeks. I think it's a good enough time, because there are like 8 modules and some of them are weighted a little more and they're a lot bigger. 12 weeks is a really good time for you to schedule it. Okay, and then finally, what I did to study. Okay, step 1, before you start, schedule the exam. There's no better motivation than a deadline. We were great with the deadline. Okay, schedule the exam. That's your first step. And then divide your time between those modules for those 8 modules. It's pretty good. It's not too hard, but the one thing that I want to tell you all is you have to go through all the material at least once. Just go through them at least once. Okay, and the most important thing before you start studying is the APICS website's got this study plan. It is amazing. It basically tells you how much each of those modules are weighted at and how long it's gonna take. So this is great if you can download this off the website. It's got amazing information. Okay, so you'll be able to plan your time, the 12 weeks towards the exam with this. It really helps. Okay, step 2, you've got to go over the materials, right? Okay, if you order the material through APICS, you'll get around 4 books for these 8 modules, and yeah, it's divided amongst those 4 books. Okay, and these cost around, like I mentioned before, it costs around $1,425. If you choose not to get this, you can also get the logistics and management books through thrift books, and it's a lot cheaper. It's way cheaper. And if you're not able to do that, you can also request it from your library. So there are other workarounds if you don't want to get the materials that APICS offers. Okay, after you get the material, yes, it's mandatory for you to go over everything. I would highly recommend it because there are so many things. Even if you've read it just once, there's so much that retains in your head, and as long as you remember the concept, it helps you answer those scenario based questions that are, those are a lot. The scenario based questions, those were a lot when I wrote the exam, so it really helps. And for the books, with the thrift books, I will try and put a link because the inventory keeps changing in thrift books. I'm not sure if it will be available when you're trying to look for it. Okay, okay, now that we're done with the books, the second point is flashcards. Okay, this was on the APICS website, and it was very helpful for me because I was working, and then if I didn't have a lot of time that day, I printed them and then I would just fold it over. I used to read the definition and I would try to guess what the term was. This way I was able to understand the concept, and then I would go over these flashcards at least twice or thrice. And because it didn't take a lot of time, like even 10 minutes a day, I was able to easily finish at least a module. So this was a lot of confidence building. Okay. And next, the flashcards are for formulas. Yes, the exam does have problems and you will need to remember the formulas. Okay, I made flashcards of these formulas and I stuck them all around the house for the 12 weeks that I wanted to take the exam. They were really helpful. Even if I tried to memorize one at a time, and I was just doing it every time, and then I went cumulative until the end of the exam. Okay, these are the three things that I want you to read the material completely at least once. If you have time, even with that, I would ask you to go over the modules that have more weightage, like inventory management or order management that have more weightage. I want you to go over those modules once again. Other than that, if you need sample problems, I have a few. If you want them, I will try and add them in the comments. And if you have any other questions regarding the CLTD, please let us know. I will try and help as much as I can. Good luck, you guys. It's a perfect time for you to enhance your skills. All the best. Thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe.